Hello guys, we're back and we're doing peach cobbler. And right now what we're going to work on is the filling. So in a heavy saucepan or pot, and I would suggest a bigger pot like that, you are going to add 3 cups of white sugar, and I've already pre-measured that. That goes in. Okay. Then you're going to take, secret here, you're going to take a cup of orange juice, okay, and you're going to add to that 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, okay, and you're going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, okay, and you're going to make a slurry from that. You're going to take your whisk and you're just going to whisk it around until it's smooth, and this is going to help thicken our cobbler mixture. Okay. You're going to set that aside, and then you're going to start with 2 10-ounce cans of sliced peaches and heavy syrup, okay, and you're going to drain the juice from those peaches, and then you're going to take that juice and you are going to put it right in with your sugar, and you're going to put that on medium heat. Okay, so you just want to drain all that peach juice and put it in there, and then you're going to stir that up. We want to get that sugar dissolved. Okay, so now we're going to add a stick of butter, which 1 stick of butter I believe is 1/2 cup. Yes, so 1/2 cup of butter. Okay, I'm going to let that melt in there. You're going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. You're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. And you're going to let that heat up, and once that starts to get hot and that butter starts to melt, I will come back and we'll continue on. So just a minute. Okay, so it is beginning to heat up. Our butter is beginning to melt. At this point, we want to take our cup of orange juice and our tablespoon of lemon juice. We made that slurry with that cornstarch, that 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're just going to whisk it in here really slowly. We want to bring this up to a boil. If you haven't tried peach cobbler, I would encourage you to do so. I have a very easy crust recipe on my channel. It's simple. You can't mess it up. And it's really nice during this time of year. And a good way to surprise the family. So, okay. Let them come up to a boil. And we'll be right back. Okay, so as you guys can see, it is coming to a boil. And what we're going to do is we want to boil this for 5 minutes. The reason we do that is because we have that sugar in there, we have the cornstarch, and we want it to come to its full thickness. And the way to do that is to boil it for 5 minutes. And we want our peach cobbler filling to be nice and thick and to cling to the peaches. So do this for 5 minutes, and as soon as mine's at that point, we'll come back and I'll show you where we're at. Alright. Okay, so this has been going for 5 minutes. It's been boiling and I've just been whisking it. So we're going to turn it off and we're going to set it aside and we're going to let it completely cool down. Once it is completely cooled down, we'll add our peaches, but I'll come back then and I'll show you the next step. Alright. Hi guys, we're back and we have our bottom crust already placed in our pan. And just so you know, this makes 1.5 of these, okay, this recipe. So go ahead and lay your bottom crust in your pan, and you can use store-bought, or you can use my recipe, and I have that on my channel, so if you haven't seen that, please go check that out because it's really simple. And that's what this one is now. So you're just gonna line that, make sure that you don't have your edges stretched, that you just lay it all the way down into the pan and bring it up to the sides, okay? And that's 2 crusts to do that. So you're gonna take your peaches, and I do this separately just so that I can have better control over the placement of my peaches. But anyway, you're going to take a tablespoon of cinnamon and you're just going to mix those up. And I've already done one of these and it's in the oven, so that's why I probably won't have as many peaches as you do when you start this out. But I'm just going to lay those in there, and I want a layer at the bottom. There's still a little juice, which is perfect because you're going to use all that anyway. And you just want to make sure that you have the bottom. My little boy's running around. But you just want to make sure that you have the bottom of that nicely covered. Okay? They're going to float up anyway. But now you're going to take the filling that we made that we made earlier. You're just going to take that filling and give it a stir, and you're going to pour that right over those peaches. Okay. I like all that juice in there, so I'm going to scrape my bowl here. That out of the way. Now I've already got my second crust rolled out, okay, and we just got that as it is. Smells delicious. I roll my crust out between wax paper. Give that a stop there real quickly. I roll my crust out between wax paper, and then that way it's just easier for me to move it and put it where I want it. So I'm just going to lay it right across there, and then that way I can get it even. If I don't have enough on one side, I can give it a pull and everything's not falling apart. Now I want to lay the crust though. Let's go ahead and just peel the wax paper off. See how easy that is? So really, I show you how to do this though on another video, so go take a look at that and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to give you guys some really good ideas and tips. But anyway, peeled off real easy. I'm going to lift this side up gently, and I'm just going to lay it on top. Now also, You might have wanted to go ahead and score your crust prior to placing it. It is a little easier and you do have better control. I forgot to do that, but we can do that in a minute. So anyway, just get it to where it's nice and placed. Okay, and I broke it a little bit there, but that's perfectly fine. It comes out beautiful either way, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and you will soon realize that. But anyway, now I'm just going to take and I'm going to cut the crust just off all the edges. Okay. You're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees as you're preparing your cobbler. That way it's ready to go in the oven when it's done. And we're just cutting all that excess off. Okay. And then I'm just going to come around and I'm just going to crimp those edges. Make sure not to tear your crust. I've done it twice, but it's okay. Alright. You're just sealing those crusts together is what you're kind of doing, is pinching that together. And then you're just going to cut through the crust in a couple spots so that it can vent. And then you're going to place it in your oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to leave it there for 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll let you guys know how long it took. We'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. This is the first one, and I wanted to show you guys the results, and then I'll show you the next one as soon as it's done. Okay guys, so it's out of the oven. It went in at 400 degrees and it baked for about 40 minutes. I did cover the edges a little bit with foil because they were getting done a little bit more than the top, but you can see it's beautiful and it just smells wonderful. So please, please, if you haven't made it, give it a try. If you have made it, you're going to love this recipe. So as always guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye.